In today's lesson, we're going to be building a container in AutoCAD. First thing you want to do is go ahead and open AutoCAD, and we're going to work in the top view. So get yourself in the top view, and then go ahead and right-click and select Draw on the menu bar, and then I'll just move that over to the side of my desktop, and then I'll go ahead and select the Circle tool. And as with most objects, I'm going to go ahead and start at the coordinate 0, 0, or just type in 0, 0. And the radius of this is actually we want to make sure it's the diameter. And it should say diameter. And go ahead and type 3. And then go ahead and look at that in a perspective view, or orthographic. And now let's go ahead to the Draw Model, and we're going to make ourselves a little cylinder. And so we'll go ahead and type in 0, 0. And then let's go ahead and make this a 1/4 of an inch, which would be 0.25, and press Enter. And then it wants to also know here the height. We'll do the same, so 0.25, and press Enter. And then go ahead and inspect that in a 3/4 isometric view. That's a cylinder. Now we're actually using that just for the purposes of a building on it. So I'll go back to the Draw command, and I'll select the Circle tool, and I'll just go ahead and manually, probably the easiest way to do it, put it right on to the center of that circle. And let's go ahead and make sure that the O-snap is set. So I'll right click on the settings and make sure that midpoint is selected and say OK. Now let's go ahead and grab the Draw tool from let's go to the top view, grab the circle, and you should be able to just go ahead and select that point. And we'll do the 3/4 view, and then we'll go ahead this time and type 2.75, or 2 3/4 of an inch, and then press Enter, and you can go ahead and inspect that. And now let's go ahead and extrude these shapes. So we'll select the inside circle, and we'll go ahead and move it to the up direction, or the top of the screen, and we'll go ahead and type in 5.75, or 5 3/4. And you can do the shading, make sure that it's actually a solid object. And then let's go ahead and we'll extrude the outer circle that is below and to the bottom. Go ahead and select it, press Enter, and move your mouse towards the top of the screen. And in this case, since it was a 1/4 inch lower, we'll type in 6, so that should match up evenly. And then again inspect it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and subtract. So we'll select the outer circle, press Enter, and then the inner cylinder, and then go ahead and inspect it, and you should see what appears to be an essential cup. In lesson 2, we're going to go ahead and put a cap, or finish the container. So we have a cylinder right now. Let's go ahead to the 2D with a black and white view, and then you should be able to snap right onto the center with your Circle tool. And we're going to go ahead and type in 3 for 3 inches. And so we've put it right on top of the other one. And we'll make another circle here, and I'm actually going to just make a couple. So we'll do this one at 2 inches, push Enter, and then again at the center point, let's go ahead and type in 1 and press Enter. And so now what we'll do is we need to grow this. And the way that we're going to do that, we'll go ahead and inspect it, but grab the Line tool and put it at the point at the very top and put it straight up and down so it's vertical. And then we'll go ahead and type in 4 and press Enter, and you should see a line there. And then go ahead and hit the Escape key, and then what we'll do is type in Move. And we're going to move these circles that we created. Let's take the center one, just move it straight up and snap it with that O-snap selected. And the center one right to the center point. Alright, and we have a cylinder that is tapering on the top, similar to a cone. And then you want to, at this point, what we'll do is put another line, and we're going to make a 2-inch line, and then go ahead and copy that top circle, copy and paste it, and then go ahead and type in move, and we'll move it to the top of the line. And the best way to do it is select it, press enter, and then grab it at the center point. Okay, now we're going to do something that's a little different. We're going to go ahead and type in loft, L-O-F-T, and press enter. Now it's very important you do this sequentially, so we'll select the bottom one and the next incremental up the line, and then we're going to press enter 3 times. You can do it on your keyboard, and the circles seem to disappear, but then when we go ahead and shade it, we've created a more elegant or supple shape. And you might want to just look at that. In lesson 3, we're going to go ahead and put a top on the container. We're going to hollow it out. So we'll go ahead and select the circle, and we have an existing line, and we'll go ahead and type in 2.75, which should match exactly the top of the cylinder of the inside. And then we'll go ahead and grab another circle and from the center, and this time we'll go ahead and type in 1.75 or 1 3/4 inch and press enter. And then we'll go ahead and do the same, and this time we'll make a 3/4 inch circle, 0.75, enter. And then let's go ahead and move the objects that we've created. Type in move, select the center circle there and move it to the center of the line. You'll see a little triangle. You may need to zoom in, and then go ahead and type in move, and then let's select the smaller circle, and we'll put that up along the neck. And then let's go ahead and copy that, edit copy, and then paste it, and just paste it anywhere, and then go ahead and type in move, and we'll select it and press enter, and then grab it from the center point and put it right on the center point of the line. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and loft the inside circles. So let's go ahead and type in loft and press enter, and then we must do this sequentially. And now we'll select all 4 of them up the neck, and then press enter 3 times, and then you should inspect it. Now what we need to do is subtract the inside neck out, so we'll type in subtract, and then go ahead and select the outside and press enter, and then press the inside and press enter. And you should see what appears to be a bottle or a container, and you've completed lesson 3.